Abbé Pierre, whose real name was Henri Roues, was born in Lyon, France, on the 5th of August 1912. He was the fifth child of a family of Catholic industrialists. Reading about the life of Saint Francis of Assisi gave him a religious calling from a very young age. He was ordained as a priest in 1938. He was part of the resistance against the Nazi forces during the Second World War and was elected Member of Parliament from 1945 to 1951. He spoke out at the National Assembly on issues close to his heart, such as freedom and peace. Abbé Pierre was also an artist. From his teenage years, he painted and drew. A keen photographer, he used this medium to show the reality of the world. Above all, Abbé Pierre was a man of action. Abbé Pierre combined three essential elements within the Emmaus movement's DNA: unconditional welcome, openness to the world, raising awareness and engaging with decision makers. Throughout his life, Abbé Pierre always welcomed others without judgment. Georges Leguet, a former convict, was the first companion. This is how Emmaus began, in Neuilly-Plaisance, in France, in 1949. Other companions would join him to help him help others, as he used to say. From the 1950s, Abbé Pierre traveled the world to understand other realities. He traveled to North America, all around Europe, to Latin America, Africa, and Asia. Each trip allowed him to meet people and support them in their initiatives and their struggles. From the most vulnerable to well-known public figures. The international dimension of the Emmaus movement also stemmed from the global impact of his first appeal of the 1st of February 1954, criticizing the failure of the French state to respond to the extreme precarity affecting part of the population. At this time, the aspect all Emmaus groups in the world had in common was their link with Abbé Pierre. In 1963, having survived a shipwreck, he realized that it was necessary to bring the groups together. In May 1969, he called the first Emmaus General Assembly in Bern, Switzerland. This was when the Universal Manifesto, the founding text of the movement, was adopted. Emmaus International was officially created in 1971. The Emmaus groups were, and still are, places for sharing, living, and working. Here people can rest, regain dignity, and take back their independence. Sustainable, fair, and equitable actions are carried out collectively here for a real transformation of our societies. Still today, according to Abbé Pierre's wishes, the Emmaus movement is all about people coming together, discovering the distress of others, and deciding to pool their efforts. Abbé Pierre believed that power is blind and suffering is mute, and always used his reputation to raise awareness among citizens and decision makers. He wanted to make the voiceless visible. It was of great importance to him to expose the structural causes of poverty and provide alternatives. And he emphasized Emmaus' political role. What does politics mean? It means looking for ways to ensure the common good and justice. There are many examples of his total commitment to the most vulnerable. His fight against tyranny in favor of democracy in Chile and Benin, against the dictatorship of money, against world hunger through supporting FAO campaigns, and also for peace by helping to write Article 29 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, for the right to decent housing for all, for migrants' right to asylum, for interreligious dialogue, etc. Until 2007, the year of his death, or long holiday, as he liked to call it, Abbé Pierre fought tirelessly for justice and the respect of fundamental rights. We must take up the challenge which he has left to us, and the duty to refuse to obey that which destroys what is good. Emmaus International now comprises more than 350 groups in 37 countries which fight alongside other organizations and movements to find alternatives to injustice and give a voice to the most excluded. Together we fight for an ethical and solidarity economy, for social and environmental justice, for peace and freedom of movement and establishments, for universal citizenship. Let's be activists for change. Let's work together to ensure the voice of the most excluded is heard loud and clear.